Humans, what have you learned?
What's up, people? Yes, here we are with another episode of Gaming News Live, and I have and that is AERONATION here with me this week. How are you, AERONATION?
Doing good, man. Heard you've been having a rough week.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. Resident Evil, but Cyclops. Before I obviously ask AERONATION to introduce himself, obviously, as me and AERONATION have been testing Video Ninja, and this is everything okay in the chat? Please let me know if everything sounds okay. If it looks right, please. But Cyclops, is everything working, my friend?
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Well, there we go. If he says it is, that is what is happening. So, AERONATION, introduce yourself, my friend.
So my name's AERONATION. I'm a content creator here on YouTube. I do gaming live streams. Pretty much cover anything gaming that tickles my fancy. Especially here recently, Resident Evil. Been getting back into that, and yeah, just enjoying playing games and talking games with people in the community.
I take it you're the same as me. The only game you're playing at the moment. Oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to play Resident Evil. Oh, Capcom. Oh, not. Yeah, we've got a few things we want to talk about. Oh, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat is in the house. Seth Monsters Iron Balls in the house. And we have Apollo on Crow. What a name. All have a...
Welcome.
Here we go. Episode 8. Gaming Live. And we've got quite a bit to talk about. I was perfectly honest, and we're going to start with Nacon. If none of you know who Nacon are, they are a French publisher and developer, not just of games, but also of hardware. And they, unfortunately, have had to file for insolvency because of another big game developer, Big Ben, who just decided they could be arsed paying their bills back, and now Nacon are royally in the crapper. So, yeah, it doesn't look very good, if I was to be perfectly. This could kill the company. They've also postponed their Nacon Connect showcase. Should have been tomorrow. But that has now been delayed till May time. No date for it. But, Aero, what do you think about this whole situation?
Yeah, so I didn't really even know who Nacon was before you mentioned them, and I noticed they're working on a new open world what's it called? I almost said Transformers.
Terminator.
Terminator. Yeah, they're working on a new open world Terminator game, and I looked into that a little bit, and I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, obviously we need to wait until we see actual gameplay, but yeah, it looks that game sounds like it's going to be pretty good, but with their whole issues that they're having, I'm just glad that the games that they have in production aren't going anywhere. They've already said that, hey, the games that we have in production right now, they're not going anywhere. They're good. Just future projects.
Thank God for that, because that Terminator sounds awesome. I know they have changed the Terminator game, because it was supposed to have been a co-op first-person shooter. They've now pulled it back, and it's going into player experience.
And no early access either. That was another thing that they announced.
But Nacon, I've got a Nacon Evolution X Unlimited joypad that they developed. Absolute amazing pad. I was watching, hasn't a review. Go find it after the show. Don't do it now because it's a long review. But also, they made RoboCop. They helped make RoboCop a new game that the DLC and the game that came out with.
Yeah, were they a support studio?
They helped develop it. I think they were funding it, helping them out. But yeah, you had Nacon help with that. So they've got a finger in quite a few pies. So it's quite a shame that somebody deciding not to pay their bills. This is the way the games industry. Everyone is stabbing everyone back, and we would not believe it. But 78 and all that, like, and Grandpa Barbecue, like taking the mickey out of Mag, that he never gets in the chat on my live stream, but he is in the chat tonight. And if I can remember which button it is on my soundboard, I've got one specially for Mag. It may be a gamble, because I've got this sound. I still don't know what the buttons do. I think.
Where'd you go?
Wrong one.
Come on! Hey, where'd you go?
Well, that's where he went after he got in one time. But this one is just for you, Mag.
Hope you like Italian.
Hope you like Italian. Yes, the Mag is in the chat, and 78. My brother is in there as well, and it seems that the chat is flowing quite nicely since we've all stopped cooking Discord.
About time.
Yeah. Don't forget it though. But yeah, this Terminator game actually sounds quite interesting. If you're wondering why I'm not dropping sights on, and a bit of stutter there. Yeah, my laptop, I'm running an old 1080 RTX. GTX 1080, and yes, the old CPU. It's pushing it.
Get the marshmallows.
That's it. I'm just gonna have a quick nosy. Oh, look, what's my CPU? 672. We haven't maxed it yet. Oh, it's fine. We haven't killed it yet. This time. So, Bernie23 is in the chat. Here you go, my friend.
Welcome.
But yeah, it does. This is over on Inside of Gaming that I'm looking at, but I can't bring it lights up. I don't want to push my too hard.
Yeah, don't need the stream crashing, 10 minutes in?
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound like, obviously, Nacon Studio Milan developing game, survival game. You're into that kind of thing. You're definitely having a laugh. Or Terminator. Sounds like such a. Would you agree, Aero? That sounds like a really good premise for a Terminator game.
Well, especially considering, that they technically already have a little bit of background making a futuristic sci-fi game since they helped make the RoboCop game. I mean, that would just be, at least to me, a natural progression of their skill.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward. I know they did that. They did a trailer for it. It was like a tease. I don't think they went all in on it. But they have put a nice quotation. After months of internal testing discussions, fans of the license came to the conclusion to give you authentic Terminator experience with less possible and explode gameplay. We would have to put aside the multiplayer, so this may come as a quite creative, any amazing. I argue with that. I don't think that there's.
No, because I'm not like I've seen Terminator 2 and I've seen whatever the last one was that they did, but I don't have a whole lot of information on the backstory for Terminator overall. But even still, though, it's like, okay, even in 2 you had the mom, and you had John Connor, and then you had the T2000 T1000. That's what Arnold.
But the T800, which was Arnold.
Yeah.
T1000, which was Robert Patrick.
Yep.
Sounds cutting out, is it? From the playbox. It might be because it was. How does this sound?
We good in the chat, everybody?
Open up. Everything sounds. Everything okay? Ooh. That's better. Right, I'll pull the mic a bit closer. What it is we actually experienced this the other night when we were testing it with my mic cutting back and forth, because obviously it's going through a browser source to OBS. So it's a little bit on the temperamental side, if I was to be perfect. So yeah, excuse the technical difficulty. All a learning. In AERONATION wants to have a play with this software. Well, you might not want to after this. I was having an in and out moment, 78 Inc. Really? Know about it? I did.
Yeah, not the good kind.
No. What was that girl that went viral? Spit on that thing.
Oh yeah, Hawk Tua.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing, well, I'm hoping that everything goes okay with Nacon, if I was to be perfectly honest, because this sounds awesome. I really am looking forward with Terminator, especially after RoboCop. RoboCop was absolute.
It's in my backlog.
It's in your backlog.
Yep.
Yeah. I went through it. I think I missed one achievement from 1000G in it. I haven't played the DLC. One has great picture, one has good audio. Who has the great picture and who has the great audio? Funky Playbox, help me out here, brother.
That is the question.
Because it all looks good on my end. I think mine might be stuttering. Now this is going to kill me.
Yeah. So if it goes dark, we're still here. Okay, don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Just be blowing the flames out. Ixonstorm, great picture. AERONATION, great audio. So my audio is the one that's playing up, is it? Aero's face is 400p.
It's a great 400p. Okay.
Yeah. We're running it at 4,000. Good to hear. It's good with me here, boys. I don't know. It's all a learning curve. It'd be one of these.
Could also be YouTube.
Yeah, well, I know YouTube was playing up for Mag and Cult last night. That was Don't Go Dark 78.
Bravo 6 going dark.
Yeah. But it's all a learning curve. I'm learning. Aero's still learning. He can do more with his PC than I can. I could probably fry an egg on it by the time I'm finished. But I'm not being horrible. The OBS is only putting out 9% CPU. That's at 5,000, just shy of 6,000 KPS connection.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No, we're getting there. It's all learning. I might throttle it up for the next stream and just... But yeah, Terminator, it's still in development. Nacon hopefully can pull themselves out of mess. But then next, I'm not... That's just... Let's see what. Because that's the thing. Not really.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. I just don't have the audio turned on, and that's what people...
Yeah, is my audio okay? Another quick check before we carry on to the next topic. Funky Playbox, are you messing with me because you probably had a few drinks tonight?
Yeah, it seems to be working fine.
Got no drops on mine.
Iron Balls after RE9, I honestly have no idea. I honestly thought about, since I've never played the older RE games, I thought about trying those, but I kind of want to take a break after the RE9.
Don't play routine, you big girl's blouse.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. My camera could be playing up because I know that I did have issues setting itself days ago. So. But we'll move on anyway. But yeah, Nacon hopefully can pull themselves out of the mess they're in. All their games are safe. So if you've got games that you are looking from Nacon, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. So cross your fingers that Nacon figure the way out of the mess. Do you like Assassin's Creed AERONATION?
Actually, yeah. I've only... This is going to make me sound like a terrible gamer. I've only beaten Brotherhood from the Ezio trilogy. I have dabbled in all of them. I just haven't. Brotherhood's the only one I beat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you really need to sort yourself out because that's seriously. Come on, work. Straight from Mortal Kombat. How can you not have played? You play AC2? Or did you just jump straight in at Brotherhood?
I think did they make a port of 2 for the PSP, or was that like a side story?
That was a separate game. I think it was that involved female protagonist or lean. I don't remember.
Oh, that's the one from the Vita.
Liberation. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Yeah, I can't remember if 2. Well, I'm pretty sure Assassin's Creed 2 got a PSP port, or it was one of those things where they had like the main game and then the PSP got like a side mode or whatever.
But as you know, you've spoken on Discord and stuff like that, and various chats. As you can see, I'm a massive Assassin's Creed fan with the picture that everyone thought was fake. Really. Yeah, I completed Shadows. I got every single achievement out of that game. I've played every single Assassin's Creed game, and I'm looking forward to Hexe. Don't know about you. Looking forward to Hexe.
Yes.
However you want to pronounce it.
When I saw that, I read a thing earlier. I can't remember where the article was from, but they were talking about how they were changing the some of the game like movement mechanics for like parkour and stuff, and how I saw they hired a what are they called? Not an exhibitionist, but someone that can like move their
contortionist.
Yeah, contortionist. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds really, really wacky. This I've got up on here. It's actually a post on Access the Animus on Twitter. So they've just bullet pointed it, so it's easy for me to remember because I'm getting old. Not as young as dear AERONATION. Bit of an age gap. I shave my head.
Still not a spring chicken though.
I shave my head because it goes grey. Lovely silver spray shine to my hair, so it's like no. But no, it's still rumoured to be a witch-based story with the Salem Witch Trials.
Yep.
They obviously completely overhauling combat system in this Assassin's Creed with a lot more acrobatics within the parkour. And as we just mentioned, a contortionist has been hired to do motion capture. So what the hell are we going to be getting? So after this game, it is probably going to turn into traditional. Going to be more of a traditional Assassin's Creed title compared to the RPG. Yeah, and the big one. I don't know if you heard who may be making an appearance in Assassin's Creed.
I haven't actually.
Well, it'll get a few excited, and I can see Red Wolf is in the chat. Hello, my brother.
Welcome.
Ezio is supposedly making an appearance halfway through the game to train this new assassin. This sounds awesome. It really does sound. Me being a massive Assassin's Creed fan, I can't wait to see what they do with this. It's nice to hear something positive out of the Ubisoft camp. I was, to be perfectly honest, that's why I've not done a lot of content lately, because it's like just rehash the same videos over and over again. Oh, look, another 50 people have been sacked. What are you looking forward to with Hexe?
Honestly, and this is a big if, because Ubisoft, they're really good at making these ideas and building these worlds, but then it's like somehow during the execution phase, it just lands flat. But I would like to see them. I would like for them to find a way to bring Desmond back. There, I said it.
I agree. I could completely and utterly agree with you there, Aero. The worst thing Ubisoft ever did was completely kill off Desmond.
Yeah. Because
the whole trilogy at that point leading up, what was, and I give them credit, they timed it perfectly well with the end of the world thing in real life as well. Another part of the Mayan calendar that they were aiming for. But killing him off and not bringing this into modern day as an assassin, especially in Brotherhood when you're there, it was Brotherhood where you're playing as Desmond, killing them all in the Abstergo Tower with your wrist blade.
I think so. It's been a while since I played that one.
It was just a curveball that they didn't need to do. They should have figured out a way of continuing it. And in a way, they are continuing it, because if you play some of the later games, I think it's the guide side, the Animus, and he's strangely familiar. It does come across as that's Desmond, but they never actually get to that level of saying, yes, it is Desmond, which is a shame. But if they are bringing the likes of Ezio back for it, I think they could do it. But considering the swapping and changing at Ubisoft at the moment, because obviously another developer left the company last week, I don't know. I want to be excited, but I'm also don't want to be the one bringing the bearer of bad news and all of that lovely stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like the Xbox news. It's like, you know, they're at the perfect point to completely change their trajectory, but with their track record and how they're doing things, it's like you can do it, but are you going to?
Yeah. As I like to call the dear old CEO of Ubisoft, the Muppet. Because I think that's, for me personally, the only way Ubisoft is going to survive is if the family just let go. Give it to the shareholders. Give the fans the games they want. Because obviously, as I taught, I think, last week's episode of Gaming News Live, I was saying about this 2 new Far Cry games that Ubisoft are developing. And they're coming out with an extraction shooter within the Far Cry series. Why?
It's like they're trying to shoehorn it's like they try to shoehorn whatever's big in the moment. Like, as soon as something pops off, like a perfect example, what's a big thing right now? The extraction shooters.
Arc Raiders.
Yeah. It's like, okay, that was big. Let's start making a game that's based off that. So by the time it finally sees the light of day, everyone's like, we were done with this 2 years ago.
Yeah. And the thing is, you've got, especially with the news that's dropped today that you found out before we started the show, live, is these companies that are chasing the stream, as we are now going to find out, is anyone that wants to play High Guard as of next Thursday, you're not going to be able to, because as of Thursday next week, bye-bye High Guard.
Yep. Get those achievements while you can if you're wanting to get that 100%. Don't know why you'd want that, but I guess everything has bragging rights for one reason or another.
Yeah, not being horrible, it just didn't sound appealing. Yeah. Jeff Keighley must be literally hiding in a dark room somewhere after this announcement.
I tried it, but they were trying to do too many things. Like, there's a difference between picking and choosing a handful of things and doing your best putting that forward. But there's a completely different thing, which I believe this is the way they went. It's like, okay, let's take little bits and pieces of everything that's hot right now and shoehorn it into an experience that we can monetize.
Yeah. And that is the way that the industry's gone. Since COVID, it's been chasing that dragon, trying to chase that Fortnite, and it doesn't work. You're never going to compete with something that's already got a foothold. It's never going to happen. It's kind of like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Battlefield's constantly chasing COD.
Yep.
It's never going to surpass it. Yes, okay, there was the mess that was the last Call of Duty. Go there, because that graced my console for about 2 minutes.
Yep.
But there was never anyone that was better than another. They were always one step behind. But all these companies decided to jump on this bandwagon. Extraction shooters. Nobody cares for it. They don't care.
Yep.
I think we're now getting to that point where people want first-person shooters, obviously, standard. They want something that's story-driven. They want something that's story-driven. And back to Ubisoft, they are really good at creating worlds. The stories, they're hit and miss.
Yeah. And
I'm really, really hoping that they manage to pull something out of the bag with this. But what have we got in chat here? Yeah. Funky Playbox always has to come out with one. The 5 million map points for pointless fetch quests bores the tits off me.
Yeah, and that's Ubisoft's formula is across most of their IP. The only thing that's not that is what Siege.
Yeah. Siege was okay for the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And then they coloured, as I've said in countless videos about Ubisoft, they coloured that game in crayon and gave it to esports.
Yep.
Just alienated your entire fan base. Nobody cares. The best Rainbow game they ever did was Vegas 2.
That's been a while.
I used to actually play that semi-professionally with Major League. Get my words out. Major League Gaming.
Oh wow!
So it was me and about 3 of my mates, and we used to be, as I do with the podcast, we were all like 3, 4 in the morning doing tournament matches like that against people who were a lot better than we were. Trust me. Listen, there were some players on that game that were astronomically good. But I think somebody needs to hit the reset button on the industry.
Yep.
Hit that button.
Honestly, what I think what they're going to end up going back to, they're going to go to the old business model of subsidizing these components for these consoles, these PC parts. They're getting more expensive. The customers are only going to pay but so much before they're finally like, you know what? Why am I going to pay this much money for a custom form-fitted box? I can just save up money over time, get my PC pieces as I can, build a PC, and then play everything.
Yeah. I think they're going to subsidize the next Xbox.
They're going to have to, especially with the price tag that's been rumored going around.
I think if you look at a lot of the news going around, and this is a perfect segue straight into the next bit of news. I think that's the same order I gave it you. It is about Xbox, but because we can just shift it up. The other ones are a small bit. Yeah. She has got a massive set of shoes to fill, as dear old Asha Sharma. But I think she's going to do it. I think with all of this news that's dropping at the moment, being hired in, she's getting more CEOs in, supposedly changing the whole PR department and HR and things like that. I think she is just going to look at this new console and go, you know what, we're going to have to, if we want to win, I promised them that I'm going to put Xbox back in the forefront, subsidize the console.
Yep.
I think that is the only way anyone will be able to jump onto the next gen Xbox. Because personally, me, if this next Xbox over £1,000 in the UK, one, I'll have to grovel to the missus. 2, I'm going to have to take a loan out because there's no way I can afford to pay £1,000 for a console.
Yeah, and the only other thing I can think of them doing is what they did with the series consoles, where I don't know about over there, but here in the States, eventually they had a partnership with Verizon to where you could pay monthly and get an Xbox. You could get the 2 years of Game Pass, the console, and you just pay. It was just added onto your phone bill monthly. Yeah,
they did I think it was one of the phone over here did it exactly EE or something. Obviously, everyone, our providers are. But the other thing is you had that Xbox All Access before the likes of over here, Game closed, like that. You had people that you could go to, pay for an 18-month contract, and you could take the console home. And I honestly think that is the only way you will, 1, appease the fans, and 2, get the Xbox out the door.
See, and when I first heard about her, I was like, oh, wow, she's not a gamer. But I'm going to flip that on its head for a second. What if, everyone's saying she doesn't know anything about games. Well, these people that are saying she don't know anything about games, what do y'all know about business?
Yeah.
The two have to be in balance. And that's why when I heard Matt Booty got promoted, I'm like, okay, so they're, from what I understand, she has the higher title, but in the grand scheme of things, they're about even.
Yeah. For me, Matt Booty being promoted is mainly because she doesn't have a gaming background. So that's why he's been pulled up.
Yep.
Because he knows what he's doing and can guide her on certain aspects of that side of Xbox. I personally think she's been brought in, and I've discussed this with one of my friends at work. He's not in the chat tonight, but she's been brought in as she's a brand builder.
Yep.
That is,
Scaling.
if you look at how she scaled Meta, and was it part of Messenger as well that she scaled? I remember. Was it Messenger? She did
I
scale
didn't hear anything
something.
about Messenger. I heard she did, what was it? Was it Instacart?
Yeah, she did Instacart. But she scales things, so she gets more people. And the other thing that came out in the news, I spoke about it last week. Sarah Bond kind of coming out as the issue here.
Yep.
That is, she was pushed. I think Phil just took the time and just went, you know what? I'm just going now. Give the keys to the kingdom to somebody else. Let's go forward. And I completely agree. I think if you look at the whole Xbox everywhere, that was supposedly hers.
Yeah.
She pushed.
And it
She
went
pushed
nowhere.
for that. No, that was by far the most stupidest thing on the planet. But the thing that's come out of all of this over the space of what is it, just over a week. Oh, yeah, it's been, just come up.
Yeah, right at a week.
Peter Moore has spoken out about her. The one and only Peter Moore. And he has come out and stated, I think she'll be fine. That's the guy that put Xbox on the map. Coming out and saying, you'll be okay. Give her a chance. Doesn't need to have a gaming background. But in the article that I've got in front of me here, some of the stuff he comes out with is actually quite funny. Because
I think it's funny. It's like a polar opposite compared to what Seamus Murphy was saying.
Yeah. Well, he's got a quote here that is over on Pure Xbox, even out, but it's obviously, his quote is, my advice would be, listen, maybe a little less on social media right now. Put your gamer tag out and explain yourself and apologize. Explain yourself, sorry, and apologizing at times. There's nothing to apologize for. But listen, look, understand what your team is. A massive group of people there now, much bigger than I was there. Understand what game only the Xbox in on very early days. It then continues. Listen, learn, and head down from time to time. Don't try to be inauthentic. Challenge your PR team, which she needs to do, and what they think you do if you don't feel right. Keep that control. This is the funny part. This coming from Peter Moore is absolutely awesome. The guys, I've got great admiration for Peter Moore. It states here, keep that controller in your hand every night for the next 6 weeks. Keep the gamer tag going full bore. The more you play, the more you learn. You'll be just fine. It's going to be a very interesting period. And I completely agree. But the fact of that Peter Moore is literally coming out and going, keep playing. Keep that pad in your hand. Get your gamer score up. Like, I think if she does that and she starts getting the admiration of the fan base, laughing.
Yep. And this is just a speck in a career trajectory that just, like, went to the moon.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a breath of fresh air for Xbox. Especially if she's getting the backing from Peter Moore.
Yeah.
For me, big problem, price of the console. That's the bit that's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside for the fans. If she comes out, and I honestly think, I don't know if you agree with me, Aero, do you think they're going to show this at the 25th anniversary?
See, they've gone back and forth because I've seen things saying that they're pushing for a launch next year, but then I see things saying that, oh, well, with the RAM and SSD stuff going on, they're looking at 2028, and it's like, I don't know where they go.
I think they're going to show something. I don't know if it's going to be a lot, but I think they will show something.
Maybe they'll do something like they did when they announced the Series X at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Quick, sweet, to the point. Here you go. Here's what we're doing. Stay tuned.
Yeah. they've got to do something at the 25th anniversary just to appease the fans. Because
Yeah.
if it is a case of Sarah Bond was the issue and it's the whole Xbox everywhere and all of that stuff, obviously it's tarnished the brand slightly. She's got to do something at the 25th anniversary to literally go, look, we're giving the Xbox back to the fans. No longer corporate. We're not going to treat it like that. We're doing this for you. And then I think people will start changing their attitudes. Asher. I don't know. What do you think?
I think people just want to see action because Xbox, I would say for the last at least 10 years, their issue has been communicating. Their marketing department has what have they marketed?
They haven't marketed anything.
Exactly. And then they wonder why no one's buying the consoles, no one's getting hyped about the new games they got coming out, and it's like you don't even sound happy about what you're making. How can you expect consumers to be happy or excited about what you're doing?
Yeah, makes sense. They definitely need to do something. Definitely needs to put all the cards on the table on that 25th anniversary.
Yep. Well, because have they even announced that they're doing anything for it, or just like, hey, this is our 25th anniversary year?
They're probably going to do a pre-recorded showcase, aren't they? There's nothing going to be live like that.
Yeah.
But they will definitely do some 25th anniversary. A big year for them.
Yep.
Obviously, you've got Fable out this year, Forza, Gears of War. You've got the big three, and obviously the fourth one, which nobody's really talking about, Halo. All out this year. Don't know how the hell any of us are going to have time to play these games, but chat's kicking off about the whole Xbox. What we got in the Death Monsters. I will be shocked if they make a third-party console. I would expect a ROG 826 with or without the Magnus chip. Could happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's plausible.
It could happen. I don't know if they do it without the Magnus chip, though. Because the minute that they bring a console out with the Magnus chip in it, that thing's obsolete.
Yep.
I think it's a very fine line to walk when it...
See, I'm wondering if they're trying to make kind of how they did with the Series X and S, where they have the quote-unquote family of consoles, but the family being, this time being, you either get the high-end Magnus or you get the handheld Magnus.
Yeah.
Which I think PlayStation's doing something similar too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, all the hate's pushed onto Xbox anyway, but you all know that even PlayStation are in trouble this next generation. I can see, it's definitely my mic going through Video Ninja. I'm going to have a play with my compressors. Just see my mic when I do it a certain way. Is that better? There we go. My compressor. I would play with it, but it's a pain in the backside. Let's have a look. Might just turn it off. Is that better? Oh. Turn that down. Turn that down. How does that sound, chat? Definitely my compressor.
Oh, I like what Seth Monster's saying in the chat. Talking about GTA and how they actually are... It seems like they're working on the console and PC port in tandem.
That's interesting. Testing. Yeah, here we go. AERONATION had to hear all of this the other day.
Yep. And it's nothing I don't hear when I'm setting up my own stuff, so it's cannon fodder at this point.
Testing. How's that sound, chat? That sounding a bit better? I'm gonna have to mess around with these all. Hello. Let's just turn. Who's that? How's that sound, chat? Oh, how's that, chat? Up back on. The joys of live streaming. How's that sound? How's that sound to you anyway, Era? That sound a bit better?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
But yeah, I think she'll be all right. Give her 12 months.
Yeah. I honestly, that's all I've been telling people. Like, when I first started talking about it, I was like kind of aggravated because I'm like, this chick doesn't know anything about gaming. But then, you finally you take a step back, you look at the nuances of everything. You're like, all right, give her 12 months. If
Yeah.
she's still, if nothing's changed in 12 months, grab your pitchforks.
Yeah. If she doesn't... my... Just took not aeronation. So it's late here. It's like 20 to 10. Just took 78's advice and said, turn my compressor off. I just completely deafened everyone.
Oof.
So yeah, that was fun. But there's 78. Does that sound a little bit better, my friend? You're the tech guy in the chat tonight. Thero's here with me.
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword.
Oh, the joy. It's the thing when you set up something within OBS and then set something up within Video Ninja, it doesn't play with it. Which is pain. I can hit ironballs. I can hear you guys. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear.
Nice and
yeah.
crispy.
That's all. Not much more we can talk about on the Xbox front there, really, is there?
No.
But it's all
Just wait
happening
and see.
over at Sony, though. Are you a God of War fan?
Yes, actually.
Are
Even though
you-
it's a series I've dabbled in. Like, I think I beat Chains of Olympus on the PSP, and then I've played through most of 3, and then I'm still going through 2018 on PC.
Have you heard that they're doing a spin-off?
Yes, I have.
Sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? Yeah. Whole playing as Kratos' wife, by the sound. In developed by is it Sony Santa Monica? Their next game. I have to turn that other filter up. Just see how my mic is bouncing. So yeah, hopefully that's a bit better. Again, because I've gone quiet again now, haven't I?
Not on mine.
Or you'll be getting some of the filtered back to Video Ninja.
Gotcha.
What I'm putting out is probably lower. Oh, nope, it's not that one. Now that should be a bit better. There we go. Not peaking my mic. So yeah, you're getting a spin-off in the God of War series, which is kind of interesting considering what they announced at the State of Play.
Yeah, it's like they're stuck going backwards instead of forwards with the God of War series.
Yeah, it's kind of bit of a interesting one for them to decide to go this route. Announce all of that at the State of Play with regards to make of the trilogy.
Yep. Oh, I can't wait for that.
I'm not a PlayStation owner, so for me it's going to be one of them. I'm not going to experience it. I'm not jumping over to PlayStation at any point. So
Yeah.
for me, I think they're kind of playing dodgeball with the God of War fans because they keep throwing these ideas out, seeing which ones stick. So
It's like they've given them the green light to be creative with anything within the Norse mythology era of God of War. And it's like anything Greek, don't touch it, don't change anything.
it's going to be an interesting time for Sony. I think they're playing with fire a little bit. If I was to be perfectly honest,
Yeah, especially with the PC stuff.
yeah,
But that's also just a rumor.
It's
from one guy.
I can see it happening.
I can too, but also too, if that happens, I could also see Xbox going back to, hey, we're putting our stuff. Yeah, we're still gonna put the games on PC, but our focus is the console.
Yeah, I think they're playing the same game that Microsoft have been playing for a while. They seem to be swapping and changing. Microsoft are doubling back, going all out. Let's open the system. If Sony goes back to the whole, we're going to go full exclusive, you're not going to get anything unless you own a PlayStation. I think it could potentially hurt them more.
Yeah, it has the potential to backfire because, I mean, you got people saying that they don't make money off the PC ports, and it's like, well, considering you put the game out a year, 2 years out after it's been a console exclusive, well, yeah, the hype around the game died a year and a half after the game came out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of them. Obviously, I'm not in. Last time I played God of War was on PlayStation 2, so that's how long ago I played God of War. But it's just one of them bits of news that dropped. Obviously, there's a little bit of hate from the fans with regards to the live action TV series and that they don't like the way it looks.
Yeah.
So, is this the right time for them to have dropped this little bombshell about a potential spin-off from Kratos? What do you think? Do you think they've timed this wrong?
I think, well, from what I've seen from the show, the only images we've seen is, from what I can understand, is just a test fitting for the costumes. And people were already jumping on it saying, oh, this is AI, this is AI. It's like, no, this is them testing their outfits. And we're showing you.
Yeah. I think it looked good. From what I saw in the pictures that were up, I thought that looked quite interesting, especially the casting. I think they've done really well. Where is it? Ryan Hurst as Kratos. I think that's going to be an interesting.
Good old Opie.
Oh, don't. That actually, that was one of the saddest episodes of Sons of Anarchy.
Dude, I cried. I'll admit, I cried.
I shed a tear. I'm a biker. I'm a biker, so that it really did hurt a little bit. I think that actually hurt more than the actual finale of Sons of Anarchy, if I was to be honest.
I actually posted something about, I don't know the name of the boy that's playing Atreus, but the more I was looking at that picture they posted, I was like, that looks like a young Sean Astin.
Yeah, he does actually. Got a point there. Funky Playbox is saying if they don't cast Deborah Ann Wall in the TV series like they did in the game, it's a sin. No, they've got. I think is Amazon is putting this out, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think they're going to take creative inspiration on what they're going to do with this. I don't. If they follow the games perfectly, what's the point? It's going to be very much like Fallout. There'll be a little bit of creative liberty with the titles. Gen Z gamers cry from. No. I class myself as a Xennial, because obviously I'm a Star Wars baby. Dear old early 80s. Nothing wrong with shedding a tear. Yes, yep. The Gen Zs do cry a little bit more. That's why they have the nickname Snowflakes, but go down that rabbit hole. Not on this show, anyway.
Yeah, I just checked it. Amazon is the one that's...
It is Amazon.
Show. Yeah.
I think it's still going to probably be better than the potential Assassin's Creed TV series we're going to be getting from Netflix.
They've already... You had a chance to make a good Assassin's Creed movie, back in... What was that, 2015, 2016?
Yeah.
And it flopped. And then now, a decade later, when the company that makes the games is struggling, now you want to put what little creativity the company has left into a show.
Yeah.
Instead of the games.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I enjoyed the film when that came out. I'm not going to lie, I did enjoy the Assassin's Creed movie because it was live action and it looked good. Yeah. Michael Fassbender did do a good job of playing an assassin, but when it comes to God of War, I think because the fan base is so big, if they mess this up, I don't think Sony are going to pull it back.
I think there's only so many creative liberties that the director is going to be able to take before people start trying to psycho and analyze the show itself. Yeah. And then that's going to be a wrap.
I think it's a dangerous thing with any TV series that goes and copies a game or takes a creative license from the game. I think you're playing with fire because the fans are they can get toxic. It can get really, really toxic. So I really do hope it's good. I will watch this God of War TV series when it comes out. Obviously, when it comes to the games, as I've said, I'm not a God of War fan. I haven't played God of War since PlayStation. I just thought we'd have a, we've got to mention it. I'm not biased towards any console. I dabble with PC. Obviously, I don't own a PlayStation. Yeah, I'm here for the games. If the game's good, that's all that matters. But yeah, chat is definitely...
Ooh, Grandpa Barbecue.
Oh, yes, mate. I've just seen that. If that happens, if somebody was to do that Grandpa Barbecue, this is all that would happen.
Unfreaking believable.
We would literally, as fans of Resident Evil, we'd probably weep a tear watching that when that comes out.
Just don't bring over anything from the movie.
No. Ignore the movies ever happened. They were the first one was okay. But
I'm talking about the most recent one.
No. Oh, aren't they doing another Resident Evil movie? Aren't they rebooting?
Let me look that up.
Sure, they are doing another Resi movie. 78
the last one.
78 Inc. saying in chat, PlayStation makes most of their money off third party games. Excuse me. Boys are drinking an energy drink at this time of night. But no, it's that is true. They don't like to admit that they're a third party box, but they are.
Oh yeah. So just so people, I'm getting this from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. But it says that there's a new Resident Evil movie that's supposed to be coming out this year.
Wow. Well, if Mag's still in the chat, we know that Mag has his ties to the Hollywood side of things. Do some digging, Mag. Definitely need some information on that.
Yeah, some little nuggets.
Yeah, sneaky bits. You can even do a private Magcast, and it'll just be members that hear about it, and then we're going to tell everyone anyway. But I didn't half tease people with the whole Wolverine news that he dropped back when he first started the channel. I was teasing work with that. I was like, I know something you don't know. But no, we all respect Mag. We don't go off and blabber anything if he asks us not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's coming out this year, it's coming out.
That's what it said. It just says Resident Evil in parentheses 2026.
Wow. Well, it'll probably do better than the Silent Hill movie did. Won't go there. But it's a nice little segue, because the one thing we were talking about before, and we were planning all this, is you were asking like a round table for the Resident Evil release. And that is a perfect segue into what we're here to talk about. And that is a Resident Evil Requiem. Now, as I said at the start of the show, AERONATION has happily been playing his Resident Evil. Yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Whereas me, I am struggling to play Resident Evil, and not because the game is scary or anything like that. It is purely because it is about as optimized as a wet paper bag on Xbox. It hard locks the console and shuts it down, and yeah, it's not an enjoyable thing to do. To the point I'm stripping my Xbox down tomorrow to give the heat sinks a clean, just in case it's pushing the console a little bit too far. But from what I have played, I'm enjoying it. I think it's absolutely awesome. It's a stunning looking game. The story so far has definitely got its teeth in. What do you think so far, AERONATION?
So, for people that don't know me, Village was my first Resident Evil game. Growing up, never was really a big horror guy. Like, I liked Scream, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. But I never really got into the games. And then I've dabbled in like Outlast and Bendy and the Ink Machine. And then just one of my buddies was like, you gotta play Village. I don't care if you're a big baby, you're playing Village. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I have at this point beaten that game 8 times. So I was excited going into Requiem, and then also going back and kind of getting a little bit of idea of what Leon was all about, as, you know, Village was the only one I played. And Oh, that first time Leon pops up, even as someone that's not even a old school fan, I was like, "Oh, this is about to get good."
Yeah, it's definitely jaw dropping when Leon makes his first appearance in Requiem. It
Yep.
really is. Obviously, me and you aren't that far apart in our
Yeah.
playtime on Requiem. I think you're about half an hour, 40 minutes or something ahead of me.
Yeah.
So you've just gone down to the basement. So I'm on the chapter before you. I'm still on the bit where you're trying to escape. But from what I have played, or what that Xbox has let me play, I'm really enjoying it. I think the gunplay is really good. Graphically, even on Xbox, it looks amazing. But it's just not optimized enough, if I was to be perfectly frank. The bit that really frustrates me is it's better optimized for the Switch 2 than it is for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. How the hell does that work? What do you think it could be?
So I've noticed that Nintendo has been dabbling more, or third parties have been dabbling more with DLSS support with the Switch 2. That's what I think, because I've been trying to mess around with it on the Steam Deck, and it's capping out at like 98% GPU utilization. But it's just like anytime I go through doorways, there's a spike in the frame time graph, and then it drops down to like 30, 40 FPS, and then once I get through the door, 2 seconds later, it's fine again.
Wow. Well, I don't know what it's running at on Xbox. I've not had any frame drops or anything like that. It is purely the case of that it just bricks the console. Obviously, it doesn't kill the console, but there's definitely something going on in the background that is forcing the console to shut down. I'm putting my money on a memory leak.
I was thinking fake overheating, because I was telling you, I mean, back in the day, I had issues with the Xbox One X with Modern Warfare 2019, and it would just you'd be playing a game and it would just cut off.
Could it be the same issue with, well, thinking about it, because obviously I sent you the link and stuff about NVIDIA rolling back their game-ready driver for Requiem. Could it be a case of the consoles are being hit by that?
I actually didn't think of it like that, but yeah, that's also a possibility.
Because one of the issues that the especially the PC side of things with NVIDIA rolling that driver back was it was telling the fan sensors that the fans weren't spinning at a certain speed, so it was overheating your GPU. So could that potentially? The bit that frustrates me is Capcom have said nothing about this. Yet nobody knows anything. But you're getting websites coming up giving you tips. I can't remember what some of the sites were. Even the forums on Reddit have lit up like a Christmas tree about it. You've got True Achievements, their forums for Requiem have lit up with people having issues. Yes, F Monsters consoles run on AMD, but I'm wondering if they just haven't optimized Requiem enough for the PC and console launches, other than the Switch 2.
I saw something, I can't remember how many gigs it was, but I saw something that the Xbox Day 1 patch for Requiem was like somewhere between like 30 and 60 gigs.
That's insane.
I'm trying to find where I saw that at so I can actually...
Funky Playbox is saying, didn't the Xbox versions get the highest Metacritic scores? I haven't even looked. I know it's got a high Metacritic. And don't get me wrong, it's an amazing game. I just think that when you're getting a game launched and it crashes every 15, 20 minutes and completely shuts your console down, and it's not just bound to Xbox. I have been on forums, it's PlayStation as well. It's not just Xbox. There's definitely an issue. And the fact of nobody has come out and said anything at Capcom. That's the bit that's scaring me, because the game itself is the goriest Resident Evil we've ever done.
Yep.
And it really is. There's nothing better than, obviously, I'm not going to spoil any story, but once Grace gets that injector, it's like watching Blade all over again.
Yep.
It's literally just watching his head explode. It's just Yeah, thank you very much. I'll take that every day of the week. The enjoyment factor for me is it's turning that console on and going, how far am I, especially with Grace's, because the save system obviously is based around the ink ribbons. So you could leave your safe space, do 15-20 minutes of searching around and avoiding the most grotesque monster I've seen in a game in a very long time, and it hard locks your console and you're back to where you started. So you've lost that 50. It's putting me off playing, if I was to be honest.
So the ribbon system. So I'm playing on casual because I am the resident baby.
I will let you in on
is
something, Aero. I am playing it on casual, but that is because Resident Evil is trying to be played multiple times. You start from easy and you work your way all the way up to stupid hard.
See, I haven't came across any of the ribbons. Like, I don't have any limited saves.
Casual, you don't need the ink ribbons. It actually states as you've got unlimited saves in casual.
Okay.
It's only once you go to standard difficulties, then it's the ink ribbons. So, how people are managing to play this without Red Wolf Renegades there. Hello, my brother. I'm using ink ribbons on Classic, and it's been incredible. Don't get me. Just think, I am not having a diss about Resident Evil in the slightest. It's just frustrating when you want to knuckle down and really get into the game, and it just completely wipes all your progress. And so annoying.
And you find out too, like, as you're trying to play it, constantly crash, and you're sitting here looking, oh well, the game's sitting at like a low 90 on Metacritic, and this is what best Resident Evil since RE4, and it's like, and you're like, I can't even play it.
As people have said in the forums, you're paying, especially, what is it, $80 in the US
for
Resident Evil? That's what, $70.
Yeah,
$70 for a game that you can't even play for more than 15-20 minutes, depending on how well ventilated your console. That's the one thing that they've come out with, is it's the ventilation on the Xbox. I can play every other game. It just happens to be Resident Evil that crashes it.
I didn't think about this either. What if there's some type of code discrepancy between the Series S and the Series X version, and that's what's causing it?
Could well be. It could well be. I know that some people have stated in the forums that, yeah, it works on the S, not a problem. But the only way that I could get it to run, obviously, I had crashes today when I was talking to you on Discord. For me, it was a case of I had to do a full uninstall of the game. The only thing I didn't reinstall was the skins for Grace. It's obviously it's part of the pre-order. But it seemed to run fine. And the crash that I had, this evening for me, or this afternoon for you, it was a case of I was in the pause menu. I was sitting in the pause menu. I paused it, having a drink, finishing off a cup of coffee, and it just turned my console off.
That sounds like a memory leak.
Yeah, that's what I've put it on. I reckon there is a memory leak within Resident Evil, and it is just hammering the console, and it's hammering obviously PC. PC is going to be more noticeable than a console. You're going to notice a memory leak, and there's ways that you can go in and fix that yourself by going into config files and messing around with the settings. Xbox, you don't have that luxury. It is literally you install and you just hope for the best. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's like chat's going here. What else have we got? Because obviously I'm enjoying it. You're enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think the game is awesome. If they don't patch it before I do my review, it will I'm knocking points off, because it's not a complete game unless I can play it for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
As I was speaking to somebody, I think it was in Discord, I was talking about, look at the indie games, Routine. Gave that a 10 out of 10. There's actually somebody in work I was talking. That was made by a team of, I think it was 13 people over about 20 people over 13 years in 4 renditions of Unreal Engine.
Wow.
And it runs flawless. But
That's dedication.
But Capcom can't put out Resident Evil without a crash.
Oh, most AAA.
Yeah.
Not just Capcom.
That is true. That is
But it's
true.
like the budgets get inflated, the graphics get inflated, and who ends up holding the bill?
Yeah.
The consumers.
The bit that's interesting, if you think about Resident Evil's not working, how's Crimson Desert going to work?
Is that an RE Engine game?
No, it's not an RE Engine game, but
Okay.
if you think what they are doing within that game, if you think Resident Evil, what's the fastest playtime since launch is 2 hours and 15 minutes?
Yeah.
But then you look at Crimson Desert, massive open world RPG. If we're getting memory leaks on Resident Evil and technically bricking a console, what's a game like that going to do? That's the bit. We're now getting to that point where, is there any overhead consoles? Yes, the PlayStation, the PS5 Pro has got a bit more headway. But are we now getting to that point with next gen on the horizon? Are these games pushing these consoles a little bit too far?
Well, I think they're trying to hit the sweet spot between price and performance, and it's getting to a point where it's like it's one or the other.
Yeah. Like you see, Funky Playbox is saying in chat, my Xbox overheated once one summer's day a few years ago, thought it had died and nearly had a heart attack. The thing is, it's not telling me it's overheating.
Yep.
It is literally just off.
I think that's by design. Because again, it's a console, not a PC. It doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles that are consumer facing for you to see what's going on with everything. It's just, okay, I'm not working. Okay, shut off. Okay, don't break anything. Shut off.
Yep. It's frustrating. Very. I think Iron Balls has had the same issue. I think he's had issues with it not running properly. Obviously, Grandpa Barbecue's talking VR. Our resident VR expert is Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat.
Oh yeah, it's the same modder that made the VR for all the other ones. He was talking about
they've done VR for Requiem already as a mod.
No, thank you.
No, it's bad enough on a flat screen.
It's bad enough trying to get it to work.
Oh, Red Wolf, that sounds... Oh, ouch. Stalker 2 has an expedition mode. That was with the latest update, if I'm rightly, Red Wolf. You can only save your game while in the settlement. Imagine roaming the world and you have so much gear and you... Oh, dude. No.
Ooh. I don't like permadeath modes. I'm good.
Oh, no.
I know my limits.
Red Wolf, that's just painful, my friend. No, I couldn't do that. It's bad enough going out of the house in the real world.
He's constantly putting himself in those predicaments, though, with those massive RPGs.
Well, I'm not being horrible. If you look at the way the world's going at the moment, the one person all of us should be turning to right now is Red Wolf, because obviously, with the way the world's going, he's going to be the guy to go to when the world ends. Yep. Especially if it's a case of he can do expedition mode on Stalker 2. I've not actually been back to it since I was on your show when we were talking about it. It's great if you hate
yourself.
Oh, Red Wolf, dude, seriously. Oh,
I think it's if you hate yourself enough. I think the enough part is important.
I love myself too much to do things like that.
Same.
Great War saying maybe the game is more focused on PS5 Pro with the new PSSR update. Well, obviously, I've not watched all of Mag streams because I didn't want to disappoint myself and ruin the story, but he's had no issues. So it could well be that they focus purely on Switch 2 and PS5.
Here's my thing. Who had marketing?
I don't know. Who it was it Sony?
To the Google Mobile.
Yeah, I can't Google. Even though CPU is only at 10% on OBS, is 47% on my Task Manager. So I haven't cooked it.
Yeah, I'm seeing some stuff from PlayStation's YouTube channel. So yeah, I would say PlayStation probably more than likely had the marketing.
PlayStation
so that
had
would make sense.
They've had some.
Unfortunately,
they've had a backhander from Sony, haven't they? That's the way that's worked.
Yep.
But yeah, what else have we got? I do the same with with Starfield and Skyrim. Skyfield, then. I know what you like, Red Wolf. I know what you like. You literally walk around. Don't use the sprint, but you live in your games. And you know what? Hats off to you, because obviously you got too much time on your hands. Because I can't do things like that.
I'm sitting here like I was watching his last show he did, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to get into Starfield, but it's like I can do that and this and this, and then go here and go there, do that. I'm like, how long is this game?
Yeah, it's Stalker. I did a couple of hours. Starfield, I did one playthrough on. Don't know. I don't know what it is with Starfield. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is that is compelling people to play it, because I got bored after the first playthrough. So if Bethesda do something with this update and it entices me enough, I may jump back in. But the one thing, obviously, we're supposed to be talking about Resident Evil. We always go off on a tangent. I do it even when I'm solo streaming. What is your favourite part of Resident Evil Requiem so far? Anything. Gameplay, mechanic, anything. Let the people know.
Well, besides the visuals, which are wow, just the graphics alone are wow, but I like the crafting ability with the blood extractor or whatever it's called that you get. I thought that was really cool. And then I don't think I can say that.
What do you think of Grace?
You
can be honest.
I didn't like her really much at the beginning, and she's gotten a little better, but it's just like I understand her background and stuff, but it's like, come on, you do this and you work for this and you're acting this way. I don't know.
Is it going to be one of them? Obviously, Mag probably knows more because he stated last night on Ixonstorm that he's quite close to the end of the game. But could it be a case of Grace grows into her character towards the end? Because I can see just from the start of the game, there is going to be quite a few plot twists within this game.
Oh, yeah.
I can see that it's going to throw a few curveballs to the hardcore of the Resident Evil fans. But Grandpa Barbecue's even stated here, if it makes you feel any better, or you feel better, even I've said, I think Requiem in VR is going to scare the poop out of me. It will. I will say one thing. Aaron knows where I'm up to. The second time you meet the girl, makes the first time look easy. So, yeah. Good luck with that. I don't think I've ever run so fast in my life when that came around the corner, and I'm just like, nope, see you later.
Yeah, I think the first time it popped up, which I'm actually making a funny moments video for my first 2 streams of it. Apparently, when you first run back in, the first time you encounter, I just looked at her and I said, "Burn, you big dum dum," and then she just backed away.
Yeah, and I bet you didn't say that when she came around that corner a little bit further in. No,
I did not.
I immediately ran all the way back to the lobby safe room. I ran through that whole east wing. Full pelt. See you later.
That's the one thing, though, with Grace. It's just, I understand she sprints, but when you're in first-person mode, she's fast-walking at best.
Yeah. I think my favourite part so far, and most people, everyone's going to jump. Most people would say Leon's parts are the best. But I actually am enjoying Grace's section, purely because of the level of detail they put into the detective side of things. Because that whole finding the code, not going to spoil it, the code or tell anyone what it is, you got to find it out for yourself. But in that office, and you have to use the pencil.
Yeah, that was awesome. I actually liked that.
I thought what they put into this Resident Evil is just a taster of what we're going to get next. Because I know there's a lot of articles going around at the moment that they want the next Resident Evil to be fully open world. You want them to get away from this claustrophobic. What do you think about that? Do you think that's what they should do? Obviously, with Resident Evil Requiem originally being open world multiplayer game.
Well, I mean, go back to Village. I mean, if you think about it, Village isn't a directly one-to-one linear story. You're going to you're going to multiple different places. Not only that, you're backtracking to several different areas to access doors and areas you couldn't access before. So, I mean, really, how far of a jump is it for them to go from what they're doing now to open world?
I can see it happening. Could they go down the road of doing almost what Ubisoft were doing? Obviously not as bad as Ubisoft do, but do one mainline RPG, say Shadows, and then they did the whole Mirage as a smaller, tightly compacted Resident. Could they do the same? Do you think they could do the same with Resident Evil?
Yeah, they could definitely keep it with having the main line as their primary focus, and then because they're getting ready to run out of stuff to remake, put that remake team on, put them on a side story. Let's find out what happened to the Winters family, or let's go back a little bit further to 7, and let's get a little bit more backstory on the Bakers, or the brother.
I think one of the articles.
Go different ways with it.
I don't know if you've seen the article, if you've been looking at anything Resident Evil over the last week, but they are supposedly having meetings after Code Veronica's release on the future Resident Evil.
See, because I was thinking too, because with this one being kind of like them kind of taking both aspects of how they've created kind of like the Village Biohazard era and then the 1 through 6 era, and I think the next one, honestly, I think another reason that would make open world make sense is if this is the culmination of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
If the next one's going to be the one where it's going to be their Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, could well be. Obviously, we're not going to know until we get to the end of Requiem.
Yep.
For me, it's probably going to take me about 6 months in between crashes. What it needs, we definitely need more.
Need input.
That's what Resident Evil needs. Because I tell you now, I'm not being horrible. My laptop's running this stream better than the Xbox is running my copy of Resident Evil Requiem at the moment. But I think they've done an amazing job with what I've seen. Obviously, keep going on about the crashing, but for what I have seen, I think it's awesome. I think Leon sections are absolutely, they are gold. But as I said, Grace for me, I don't know if it's because I've come off the back of like Routine and other games like that, where it's a little bit more slow and methodical. Because there's no horror to Leon sections at all.
Yeah, he's the action set pieces.
Yeah. Even though they need to work on the tutorials, because when they came up at the beginning of the game, and most people have seen it, not going to spoil anything, they try and teach you the parry mechanic for the hatchet.
I forgot that even exists. I still haven't used it.
It just blinked up on screen, do this to parry. And then I got hit with a chainsaw and died. I'm just like, thanks for that, Apollo on Crow, don't forget to do a speed run. I can't do a speed run, mate, because
his Xbox is already doing it for him.
Yeah. How many attempts at trying to cook a console can I have before I hit a speed run? That ain't happening anytime soon for me. Iron Balls, I ran back to the lobby and had no bullets. Yes, I've done the same.
Oh, that happened to me, especially once you get into the East Wing. It just felt like 20 minutes of, I can't find ammo. I can't find stuff to make ammo. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't introduce crafting until you get into the East Wing.
Yep.
So I'm not being horrible. The game absolutely slaps you at the start. You're dropped into that environment, and it's like, here's a pistol with 3 bullets. You're like, no, please. But as Mag was talking about it on X and see if anyone, or most people in the chat will have watched X. The graphics in this, the fact of you can literally tear the flesh off of a zombie's face with a pistol shot, where obviously you've got no comparison other than Village. Have you not played any of the remakes of 2 and 3?
I have not, but Apollyon Crow has made it known that if I don't play them soon, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yes, and it won't just be him. You need to go back. I will hunt you down. What you need to do is pause your playthrough of Requiem and go and scare yourself on Resident 2 and 3 remakes, because you will have so much fun running around Doom City. Because then it'll give you a bit of context on why Leon's back.
Yeah, I played a little bit of 2 remake when it first came out on Xbox, and it's like right when you first go into the police station, you make that left turn down that first hallway, take 2-3 steps, body just drops out of the ceiling. I was like, nope, I uninstalled it immediately. But that was like 3-4 years ago, and I honestly, I'd like to think that I'm coming around with horror games. I used to despise them. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm liking this.
If I was
I'll
to,
try this.
if I was to, obviously, YouTube's gone down the road of putting me in the horror niche, and it's not my go-to niche. It really isn't. If I'm more into my tactical shooters than I am into my horror, but it is what it is. Play to YouTube strengths and whatever the algorithm decides to drop you in. The scariest game I've played in a long time is Routine. If I was to be honest, Resident Evil Requiem doesn't even come close. Jump scares. It's more tension-based, Resident Evil, whereas Routine is very psychological, because you're on your own.
Yeah.
You have no weapon. There's no gun. You are literally using the environment to hide. I don't know if you played Alien Isolation.
No. I've seen people play it.
Yeah. That game took me 6.5 months to finish. I spent 3 weeks in a locker hiding from the xenomorph. But that game, that's where I would compare Routine. Routine and Alien Isolation are like best friends. Resident Evil, for me, yes, it has the horror elements, but it's more jump scare. And the tension. You tend to scare yourself more in Resident than the game actually does. You put yourself in the mindset. It's almost like old school RPG type games. You put yourself
it's more
in
like
that
anguish.
Yeah, you put yourself in the character's shoes. You get so, and that's Capcom are really good at doing it. They're really good at pulling you in and lulling you into a false sense of security. And I think that's where the horror in RE9 works. But I wouldn't say it's scary. It's more gory than scary.
Yeah, like you were saying, just besides the jump scares here and there, there's not. Yes, there's like it's more of a compilation of horror elements that work really well together than it is a full-on horror experience.
Yeah, and I think they've paced it well as well, especially if you start with people that haven't played it. If you're watching after the fact as well, remember anyone who is joining the stream right now, it's near the end of the stream, but please hit that thumbs up button and share and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, AERONATION's got his link in the description below as well, so go and check him out. And don't forget to hit the sub on his side as well. But no, for me, I think the pacing is the best thing that they've done in RE9. It's that slow burn with grace, and then get into Leon's boots and you just don't care. It balances the horror out nicely, unlike, say, Routine and in Isolation, which is just relentless. There's non-stop
suffering.
Horror. Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. But no, that is where I will give Capcom their dues. Obviously, I will be doing a review of Requiem as and when I can finish it. So Capcom, if anyone from Capcom finds this really small channel in the corner of cyberspace, please patch their game. I'd like to finish it. But no.
At least once.
Don't. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Oh, Iron Balls, you got to go, my friend. Got to go shopping. Buy yourself something nice.
No more buying GPUs.
Or memories. Memory, or don't buy yourself an Xbox because it doesn't work with Resident Evil. Also, we got in the chat with the depart cyberspace for the evening. Oh, follow on Crow. I told Aero that the best character. No, I'm a Chris Redfield fan.
See, and as me being a village guy, Chris is all I know. So it's like...
I like Chris. I don't know what it is.
I did hear about Chris punching a boulder into a volcano. Is that accurate?
We don't talk about that Resident Evil game.
Noted.
We don't mention.
I'm learning.
If they remake that, I hope they take all of that crap out. Because yeah, out of all the Resident Evil games, that is the worst one. Follow on. What else we got? Follow on crew. Ha ha. I'm playing through RE2 again. Oh, that's why I have quiet. Races sections are too slow for me. I actually like Leon. Yeah, well, you're gonna like Leon's more if you start playing Resident Evil 2. So honestly, Apollo on crew, go and play Routine. Then go back and play Resident Evil.
That's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Yes, it is on Game Pass. So if you've got a Game Pass subscription, go and play it. It is well worth the time spent. And if you want to know what it's like, go and check out my review, because that'll give me another view. What else have we got? Take that back, both of I ever did was punch holder.
Which one was that from? So I can know to avoid it.
Six.
I thought people liked 6.
Five or 6. 5 and 6 were more action orientated. I think 5? I think 5 was the one that was set in Africa. That's when it started going with things that pop out of the zombies' heads. That was weird. I don't know if it was 5 or 6. I'm sure. I think it might be 6. Where he punched Boulder. Noisy Mofo is in the house. Better late than never, my friend. Unless you jumped in earlier and I didn't see you in chat. Yeah. That's really... I've got nothing else to say about Resident Evil. Have you, AERONATION?
I'm just ready to get back into it next time I stream, so I can play some more of it. And because I'm looking more... after playing Village 8 times, I'm more interested in my second, third, fourth playthrough of 9. Yep. Instead of, like, I'm enjoying my first one. Like, it's great. But I can't wait for the sequential ones after.
Yeah, well, most of us have enjoyed Resident Evil. I have, for the whole, if I was to say my play time's about 30 minutes. Without crashes.
Yeah, don't look at his play time on his Xbox account.
No, don't. I'm not even looking at it. But yeah, I've got nothing much more to say. I'm enjoying the game. I hope they manage to fix this whole running issue. I think the game itself is great. Now, if anyone is listening now or after the fact, please give it a chance. I know there may be issues with it, but Resident Evil 9 is absolutely awesome from what they have done with the game, whether you like Grace or not.
I was just going to say, coming from someone that is not traditionally a horror fan, pretty much in the slightest, and I'm like, this game is awesome. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yep, it's got loads of it's got everything rolled into one package. If you like horror, survival, third person, first person shooting, everything feels really nice. The only issue I have is I can't play for more than 15-20 minutes at a time, which is bloody annoying. But no, I think it's awesome. Aero's enjoying it. So Aero, let everyone know what you've got in the pipeline for the coming couple of weeks on your channel, or whatever you've got further like later down the line. Let them know.
Yeah, so later on this week, I don't know which one I'm releasing first. It just depends on which one I actually get the content recorded for it first. But I will be doing a Steam performance review for RE9 on this OLED Steam Deck. I have a funny moments video that I'm working on from my first 2 streams of RE9, and then yeah, I really don't know what to do after Resident Evil because I got so much stuff content-wise I'm doing with Resident Evil. It's not funny.
Scaring yourself for the community. Oh, yes. I still haven't watched your VR video. I will go over and have a look at that when I get a chance. Obviously, it's Podcast Tuesday.
Yep.
You've had mine and Aero Nation's happy faces for an hour and a half. And in 30 minutes' time, if he's still in the chat and he isn't sat playing Resident Evil and it's working for him, yes, Red Wolf Renegade will be doing his show, Renegade Realm, in 30 minutes' time. So go over and check him out as well. As I said, hit the subscribe button on Aero Nation's channel as well. The link is in the description. Same if you go over to Red Wolf, and the same when Mag drops the Magcast at
8:45 Eastern.
Yes, it's 1:45 in the morning for me. But I might not be in the chat for that tonight because I am now back in my mundane job. So it's an 8 o'clock in the morning start for me tomorrow. So don't fancy 4 hours sleep and then have to go to work. So we will have to wait.
Not
and
at your
see.
age.
Hey, I normally do quite well on a Tuesday night, Aero. I normally get to about...
Hey, I'll give you props though. All the weeks that you've been there for Madcast, especially till the end when it's almost 1 a.m. over here.
Yeah, it's like 4:30 in the morning when Madcast finishes. If he had, I tend not to stay in Madcast for his after show, which technically Mad getting pissed for 45 minutes. It kind of, at that point you think, no.
Yeah.
No. I love Mag to pieces, but watching a middle-aged man just get drunk on the live stream is just it's bringing in viewers. That's all I will say. He's clever. He is a genius. But no, it is. I stay up till I haven't missed. I don't think I've missed a Magcast since he started them. That's a lot of late nights over 12 months.
Yeah, I think I started watching him probably like 3 or 4 months after he started.
Yeah, I think I was one of the top 10 that subscribed to the channel. One of the founding members of Magcast. And I have to take my hat off to him. I'll even leave off. He's the reason I'm here. So, gave me a load of inspiration. And obviously, he's inspired. Same with Euro Nation. The community is absolutely awesome. And I will be here every Tuesday. Obviously, I've guests on. I will invite you back at some point, Euro Nation. It's been a blast this evening, or whatever it is for you. It's afternoon for you, isn't it? But it's been a blast, mate. Yeah,
can't wait to come back again.
Yeah.
It's been a fun time.
We know,
love this community, and we just talk games and enjoy each other's company.
I'll be dropping more content as and when news drops on the lovely interweb. But it's a bit dry at the moment. Nothing's really tickled my fancy to drop a video, and I'm not going to do a video for the fun of it. I am just going to do videos that I really want to do. So the algorithm is not liking me. So anyone that does watch this, please hit the subscribe button, give it a like, because it all helps to build the channel. Same with Aero Nation's channel. Go over, check him out, especially his sniper compilation on Battlefield.
I need to get back on Battlefield again.
Dude,
maybe we should link up for that soon.
Yeah, we will have to. Yeah, we go. I've just had my notification, Red Wolf live in 30 minutes. So, yeah, go over and check out Aero Nation. I will be here again, same time next week, 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 4 p.m. for another episode of Gaming News Live. But on that note, weather the storm. I'll see you all, including Aero Nation, on the next one.
Take care, guys.
See you later, guys.
Humans, what have you learned?